It's been so long, you've been so tough, you've kept it up, you've kept me up, been standing tall, keeping strong, and I'm doing well, I'm eating more, and though you might think that you're fine, someone, and though you've been big in your time, you need someone to love.
Charlotte? Oh, what the heck? Hello? What was that? What are you doing? Hey guys, so we just crossed the 15-week mark, and it's been challenging. It's been good. See some progress, but we also see some of the sides of having a puppy that can be quite an adjustment. For example, he's teething a lot more, so he's definitely nipping at our feet and our ankles a lot more, and we do all the recommendations in terms of redirection, timeouts, or ignoring, and they all help. They all work. But it is a process. You don't just do it once and then all of a sudden it'll magically never bite you again. It's definitely something that takes a lot of patience, and this past week it definitely put Jen and I to our limit. There were almost times we were gonna get upset or angry, but we've never showed it, and to this day we've still never disciplined him or gave him any negative reinforcement. It's always been positive, so that's where the patience comes in. When he's not doing what you want to do, we act like nothing's wrong, but when he does something right, we give him a lot of praise and sometimes a treat, high value treat that he really likes. What else? So he's fully transitioned to his new food, and it's been great. He's on a Rygen small breed kibble. He has no issues with it. Never had any stomach issues. Never threw up, or never not wanted to eat his food. We did the whole for the first week. We got him. We kept him on his food that he was originally on, and then the following week we did a 75-25% mix of the 75% of the old food and 25% of the new food. Then the following week after that, we did 50-50, then 25-70, and then eventually went to 100% origin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know if it's origin or origin. Anyways, why we decided to go with a pretty mainstream dry kibble is pretty much for that reason. It's mainstream and it's dry. Mainstream being that if you do travel anywhere, it's easy to, instead of like having to worry about packing his food, if we're gone somewhere long term, that food is pretty readily available at Petco, Amazon. It's not like a specialty local food that we can only get here. And it's actually interesting that the reason we did use it also helped us out, because if we did stick with the food that he was originally raised on, it's this brand called Solid Gold Salmon, and I tried looking for it everywhere online, and it just kept saying it's out of stock everywhere. Like every website, was Amazon, Petco, Chewy, PetSmart, anything, even like the small independent shops that said they carried it. So when I went on the website, it said all these shops that would carry it. So it got to the point where I actually called the company, Solid Gold, and I asked him, where could I find it? Because it seems like it's sold out everywhere. And that particular flavor, it was a salmon flavor that he was raised on, it's discontinued. So even if we wanted to stick with that brand, we couldn't. So it was important to me and us that we get something that's readily available and that will continue for a long time. And why we chose dry kibble, we just heard too many stories about people feeding them fresh or wet food and them getting stomach aches, throwing up, having diarrhea, and we're at week 15, and knock on wood, but he's never had any of that. It's been solid ever since, so it's been good. So I think we're gonna stick to the dry kibble probably forever if we can. I don't see any reason why for us to switch. I know a lot of people are gonna have their own personal preferences and opinions, and that's great. This just works for us in our lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with what any others recommend or choose. This works for us. We've consulted our vet. We told them our reasons, and they said that that's perfectly fine, and it's a good reason to why we chose that. And he says the brand and mix or size we're using is appropriate and good. So if we were going to get a mainstream store-bought brand, he said this is one of the ones that he would recommend. So it's been good. So 15 weeks. So he just got his last set of shots, meaning starting not this week. So we have to let it cycle through his system, but after this week, he could start going outside now. We don't have to carry him in a carry anymore. He could walk. We could take him to parks, the beach. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he reacts to it, how he adapts. I have a feeling he's gonna be a scaredy cat. I think he'll be scared. I think, we have no idea. And since he's been indoors most of the time, and when he does go outside, we do expose him to a lot of people, animals, and other dogs, but we're usually carrying him. So it'll be interesting to see how he takes it. Leash training has been it's been a struggle. So, oh, another update. He titled in the video. He also took his first puppy training class. We went to a Petco, and he actually did really well. He did really well. He did really well with the other dogs. They're very playful. He didn't bark. He didn't really cry. He didn't cry. He wasn't scared of the other dogs. They're all around his size. They're all puppies, but very playful. He did a little scared of when they would bark at him, but once they stopped barking, he definitely he would just go up to them, start smelling them, and got really playful. So it was really cool to see him interact with other dogs. The part where he did cry was so that was kind of the first time we really, I mean, we've put a leash on him before just to practice working around their home, right? But we never really like tried like really walking a lot with him. We just wanted to get used to having the leash on. So it's a lot of that type of practice the last week or so. But when we were in a puppy class and leashes all had to be on, he still wanted to play with other dogs, right? So when we clipped it on, he was completely fine. But when he tried to go towards the other dogs and continue playing, and then he got restricted, man, Shiloh freaked out. Like he cried like I probably never heard him cry before. Just crying and yelping. Yeah, it was pretty loud. It was pretty crazy. But as soon as he calmed down and realized that it was okay, like we just had to we had a treat and say, hey, it's okay, Shiloh, come to us. Instead of like trying to run away from the leash, the tension loosed and he came towards us. And he was okay with having the leash on the rest of the day. And he's okay with having it on. He's still not receptive to like not having that freedom. So once he starts like feeling like the tension, he doesn't like it. He's not gonna cry like how he did the first time he first felt it, but you can still tell that he does not like it. So if a tip I have is, I probably waited too long to get him used to the leash. Maybe I would have started like a week or two sooner. But what's good is we still have a week left to go through to have his last vaccine, like really go through his system. So this week is probably going to be more focusing on just leash training. Yeah, so that's it. Week 15. This is probably probably the last week where we really have to like just carry him around like a baby, and then I'm sure we're still gonna need to do it here and then because he's like scared, but knowing that we don't have to do it anymore, it's kind of it's an exciting feeling. It's kind of sad, because it's like he's grown up really fast, and he's gonna be like a young, like a teenager, a young adult in dog years. So it's been an adjustment, but we do keep our eyes on the bigger picture, and we're enjoying it while this moment lasts. So yeah, I hope if any of you guys are going through this too, that it doesn't last forever, and I'm sure it's gonna be great once all the biting and nipping and stuff is done. So just know that it won't last forever. It'll eventually grow out of it, and your dog. At the end of the day, your dog is not biting you to hurt you. He just wants your attention, basically. And once you give it, once you learn the personalities, he just stops biting. Like if he's nipping on my feet, he's never like trying to hurt me. Even when he goes too hard and I kind of like yelp or something, he knows that like, okay, the next time he does it, he goes a little softer. So that's yeah, that's it. I mean, we're still going through it, and I think it's still got another couple more months of the nipping. Um, but I'm excited that we have other ways of getting him exercise, mental stimulation, and just tiring him out, other than just like running back and forth in our like small plays. The good thing though is he's pretty potty trained now. He doesn't make any mistakes. He knows he goes to his pad. He holds it overnight, and when we let him out at night, he goes straight to his pad that we have by the front door. So he's pretty good at that. It's gonna be interesting to see how he's gonna adjust to like only using the bathroom outside. I think we're still gonna keep the pad in here for a while for emergencies, but to know that we don't have to like clean it up as often or buy more of them, because they do get pretty pricey. It's like diapers. Yeah, I didn't realize how often we're gonna have to change them, but yeah, it's like a baby. But it's been good. It's been a good journey. Glad to experience this with Jen, and I don't know when everyone's really like watching and listening to this, but it's nice to reflect on it, and I hope anything I go through, any tips I share, helps you as well. All right, see you guys next week.